Okay, I mentioned before the break Tom Brady. Do you think the Lions are on the list of teams that could feasibly sign him? Like a breakdown of these are the 12 teams that actually really are feasible suitors for Tom Brady, and then they kind of run down the teams that aren't. Do you think the Lions made the list of teams that could sign Tom Brady?
No.
So, Vinny Iyer of the Sporting News.
Although you're bringing it up, so it would lead me to think they are in this list, but I see no reason why.
Well, sometimes it's just a tease, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Here are the 12 teams in order of the most likelihood. Okay. Number 1, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Okay.
Number 2, the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, totally see that.
Number 3, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, I find that interesting, but yeah.
Number 4.
Are the Raiders, do they love Derek Carr or not? If they would sign Tom Brady for a year, then the Raiders are in play to trade up to number 3.
Number 4, the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Number 5,
Cleveland?
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, sure.
Number 6, Chicago Bears. Number 7, the Denver Broncos. Number 8, Tennessee Titans. Number 9, the Detroit Lions.
Wow. What does it say? Come on.
I'll get to that in a sec. Number 10, Carolina. Number 11, Pittsburgh. Number 12, Jacksonville.
No Cleveland on the list, even though Cleveland are the odds-on favorite to land Tom Brady if he decides to leave New England.
Are they? I mean,
they were a week ago. No, I'm saying
fact.
it's a statement of fact because that's the email we got last week from our friends at wherever the
Let me see what Vinny Iyer writes about Cleveland, because he kind of writes about every team in the league, and he lists Cleveland. I'm not finding Cleveland. 15. Baker Mayfield does not deserve to be benched or replace. Their NFL 100 commercial bit with the Super Bowl rings will only remain his only collaboration with Brady. So that's what he writes. But here's what he says about the Lions.
Let me just say this real quick, because here's what's interesting with Cleveland. They haven't hired their coach yet.
Nope.
If they hire Josh McDaniels, I think Brady goes where Josh McDaniels goes.
He may. It depends how Josh McDaniels feels about Baker Mayfield and what offense they're going to try. Sure. It probably depends really what ownership thinks of Baker Mayfield, because I don't know that they'd hire if they love Baker Mayfield, they're probably not going to hire a coach that's going to replace him just like that, right? They probably feel vested, and
well, maybe they hire the Schwartz.
Maybe they do hire the Schwartz. Here's what Vinny Iyer writes about the Lions. You can't write off Matthew Stafford's back injury as something minor in his mostly durable career until there are reports of him working to full strength. Excuse me. Stafford's 31, but keep in mind a similar ailment cut short Tony Romo's career. Should the Lions need a quarterback, the former Patriot duo Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn should have a little lure for Brady to return near his old college stomping grounds at Michigan. What do you make of that?
I understand the whole part about the concerns about the back, and if you've got this win now edict, then that would make sense. I mean, you can make a logical argument, and that's the logical argument made. If I'm going to buy that you're not sure about Stafford's back, then I'm drafting a quarterback at 3. I'm not signing Tom Brady, because I think this team offensively, they were, with a healthy Stafford last year, they were fine. It was the defensive side of the ball.
Be interesting if they do have real concerns about Stafford's back, and Chase Young is on the board at 3, and let's say Burrow and Tua go 1 and 2. I think we might be looking at the feasibility that they call up Tom Brady. I think that is something that could play itself out. But Tom Brady's not going to come here, I would imagine, under any circumstance where Matthew Stafford's available next year.
Well, he also said he's not giving anybody a discount.
No, and Lions got money. They do have money. It almost feels like they'd have to trade Brady or trade Stafford rather.
Yeah.
For it to open up the door, but it's something interesting to think about.
Which is something I would I would not. I would stay away from Tom Brady. Even though he's the greatest of all time, he is definitely on that other side of his career. He had nothing to work with this year. I get it, but he looks slower. He doesn't look as good, and his numbers reflect it. And what he had working around him certainly didn't help him do many favors. But I think if you put great talent around him, I'm not sure how much better he's going to be.
It would be one of the most fascinating football experiments of all time. An aging Tom Brady in a Detroit Lions uniform.
You guys may not want to do that and would not do that, but we're talking Bob Quinn here, and they are. Do they like former Patriots? Is he not the ultimate former Patriot? I mean, if they did it, honestly, how surprised would you be? I would be surprised, but not that surprised.
I wouldn't be that
Tom
shocked.
freaking Brady. He's the quarterback of the Patriots. All they do is bring in guys who used to play for the Patriots.
Meanwhile,
they wanted to trade for Gronk. They signed anyone that was on Patriots practice squad, whoever. It doesn't matter. Tom Brady. I think they would honestly do it, especially with some kind of mandate next year on having to play meaningful games in December. I think they'd definitely entertain.
It would be a whole-scale sea change, though, because it does feel like a requirement for this is trading Stafford, which means Stafford would have to have a clean bill of health to be moved. 248-539-9797. The only other thing I could see happening is if Tom Brady can't find anywhere else and Stafford has a back, and they're like, okay, you can come here. He's got a back. It's 1-year deal.
He's got a back.
But, well, you know what I mean.
I know. I love when we all do. When we leave the word injury out of it, it's like, he's got a calf.
Yep.
Was it Dwayne White? Was that the guy?
Dwayne White had the calf,
calf.
Interesting tweet that got sent out there yesterday and went viral. And we will get to that today at 10:55. It's Karsch and Anderson, 97.1 The Ticket.